see if everything going right. You feel me? So look, I got a deal going on right here. Situation. Uh, as I was explaining before. Hold on 1 second. Make sure this thing coming on right. It's not happening. But anyway, I got a thing I was explaining before. You know, this is a Richard Already network. I want to say this here. Shout out to the guys and goddesses out there. This right here is kind of like a serious matter that's going on. Uh, I always let the brothers behind bars, try to make sure that they get a fair opportunity to let their voice be heard. And right now, we got a information that the brother wanted concerning the situation. He was locked up, and he wanted to basically let the world see, the people on my network know that, the type of person he was, because he felt like he was wrongfully represented. But he was literally uh, picked up last year. And I just want to let y'all hear what he's doing. Now, I'm gonna tell you something that's going on with the brother right now. They trying to he's already incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? He admitted to his participation in the situation that he got himself in. And they trying to get him in there saying that he's a sex offender when he don't even have a sex offender case. But the brother said he wanted to make his case to the people because he noticed that a lot of people was looking at him like he was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the brother said he wanted to make sure that he told his story so that people can hear from him instead of hearing from everybody else, right? So I made it my business to make sure that he have a platform to do that. You know what I'm saying? So when we get ready, man, I'm about to make sure I'm situated and get everything going so we can make this stuff right uh, for this brother and let him get his words out so y'all can see or hear his part of the story as he wanted done. You feel me? So I'm like, we ain't gonna be able to work over here. We're gonna cancel that because it's acting crazy. But anyway, so he wanted to make sure that this stuff get done. He want to know what's going on. So I'm gonna spit it to you. Right? We ain't gonna talk about the victims because we want to protect the names of the victims and stuff like that, and make sure that the victim's integrity is in good shape. But we do want to make sure that the brother get his words out. So dig this. Y'all can comment and tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna read his what's the name. He want me to read a part of this transcription what the people said, and we're just gonna go off of that from here, right? Okay, dig what happened, okay? This is brother letter. He say, my name is Curtis Dickerson, prison number 240 423. Last year, I made the news trying to run over 6 teenagers. I take full responsibility for them actions and regret them every day as a man. I hold no animosity towards these teenagers at all, and I hope they can accept my apologies as well. And I apologize to my family, to and apologize to my family members and friends I may have affected through these trials and tribulations with embarrassment. now? Okay, let's make sure y'all can hear me. Okay, listen. So in this report, as I explained, the brother saying that let me go back now because I think y'all ain't hear what I said. Y'all want me to read this over so y'all can hear what the brother on right now. The brother been trying, like I said, the brother trying to get his part of the story told. So I'm gonna try to run through this real quick again because I want y'all to hear this stuff, and I want y'all to give y'all honest opinion about how y'all feel. You feel me? About the brother saying that he was misrepresented and he was posted all over the news and internet. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Trying to see if they can hear me. They can't hear me on this. What's going on? Can y'all hear me now? Hold on. Let me start this live. I'm gonna start over. Hold on. Okay, bet. Now let me get back. I gotta do it all over, right? Because we live and I want y'all to hear this, right? Now look, this is Rich Early Network. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the guys and goddess. This is about community-based organizing. But I also have a section where I allow those that don't got a voice to be able to explain their story. So letter got to me from a brother that's in prison, and he wanted for y'all to hear his version of the story. So what happened is um he's saying that he got misrepresented in the news. He said he got misrepresented all online, and, he gonna explain it for himself what happened. I'm gonna give y'all his side notes and everything, and we gonna build on it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? When I get done explaining what the hell happened and all that type of stuff. But like I said, this a voice for the people that ain't got a voice. You know what I'm saying? Because I did 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And when I was incarcerated, I would have loved for somebody to make sure that I was heard. You know what I'm saying? Concerning the injustices that occurred to me, rather people feel like it was injustice or not. You feel me? But so this is coming from the brother, you feel me? And I'm gonna read off what he said for y'all can understand what's going on. And then just build about it. Give me y'all feedback too. I'm gonna look up and try to see if I can address something if y'all got some questions or whatever, right? But let's get to it, right? Because I already wasted 16 minutes trying to get this sound right. All right, listen, though. The brother say this. This is letter. My name is Curtis Dickerson, prison number 240 423. Last year, I made the news for trying to run over six teenagers. I take full responsibility for them actions and regret them every single day as a man. I hold no animosity towards these teenagers at all, and I hope they accept my apologies as well. And I apologize to my family members and friends I may have affected through these trials and tribulation with the embarrassment of my actions, right? One thing that disturbed me when I called my brother from the county jail last year, he said, Kurt, you all over the news and social media. When he let me hear it, I was like, what the fuck? They tripping. Just hearing a 51-year-old man trying to talk to two females underage got him angry because they wouldn't talk to him. He tried to run them over. If I was a person who always believed what the news says, I'll probably feel just like you, angry and disgusted. But when I heard that, I'm like, hell no. Where did they get that information from? So today, I feel it's only right y'all hear my version before y'all judge me. At the end of the day, this is my choice. Either it's closure or not. Always remember, it's always two sides to a story.
right? I've been waiting almost a year to get these transcripts from the courts to show you, to show everybody who cared about my reputation or me as a person, right? My brother k.B.Z will show you bits and pieces of these transcripts to prove to y'all that they lied and the victims' names will be protected. Again, this is not about them at all. Again, I overreacted to their energy and I apologize a million times to them. My kidnapping conviction didn't come from me snatching nobody up. And I don't want to mention her name either. She was not a minor, but I was convicted for kidnapping for refusing to let somebody out of my house when they wanted to leave back in 2014. Now, that's another case prior to this one he's saying, right? These people tried to take my kidnapping conviction and paint me as a perpetrator, trying to nab some minors up, teenagers. And everybody sitting in front of a TV or website probably called me every name under the sun besides my name. I don't blame you. I probably would have too. I lost a lot of people behind this and even some family members. When they say money is the root of all evil, true story. News reporters, prosecutors, and police officers don't care about you really, especially if you were a felon. And at the end of the day, they got a job to do. If they report false information, they'll never apologize for it. Getting paid and building their reputation matters. I can't blame nobody but myself. I put myself in that situation. I made a poor decision. That day I was that day I was outdoors dashing, coming down a regular residential street, approaching the stop sign on 7th Mile. Going to Little Caesar. I noticed a young lady just standing on the corner. I asked her, was she all right? She said, no, I'm trying to get back to Ypsilanti. In my head, I wasn't taking her that far. I said, the best thing I can do is take you to Woodward and let you catch a bus to Michigan, and you should know where to go from there. She said, I'm good. I'm with my homies anyway. Wasn't nobody standing next to her when she said that. I thought I had just been tricked. And all of a sudden, a bunch of teenagers bend the corner from behind her yelling and approaching my truck. Yo, you talking to my sister. I'm like, little nigga. See, I'm like, little nigga, that ain't that ain't it. This ain't that. No matter how aggressive I spoke, they kept coming towards my truck and trying to surround it. As soon as they cleared the front of my truck, I punched out into the middle of 7 Mile and turned around and came back charging at them, trying to scare them. I never had the intent to hit them. It was all a bluff. They might have knew that too. That's why they were laughing at me. They wasn't scared or crying. They wasn't screaming for help. They was just laughing and running. I was mad for the way that they approached me. Again, I handled that wrong. That's my truth. But this girl never told the police she spoke about Ypsilanti or asking, did she need a ride to Woodward to the bus stop? As I just explained, a female officer is going to side with a female if she's right or wrong. If you a guy, be careful to the proof you're about to see. If you don't believe it, feel free to file a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, to get these same transcripts. One, they told you it was two minor girls standing on a corner. You heard the news, read the police report. Now let's see what this 17-year-old woman says on the stand at the prelim examination. They never told y'all I tried to run over a bunch of teenagers, but two minor girls, they did what they wanted to do, embarrass me, degrade me, and have y'all outcast me. Three, you will see in these transcripts, she says she was standing on the corner by herself. She will tell you everybody she was with was standing at the bus stop, but she decided to leave them and walk by herself. Four, she will also mention that she said something about Ypsilanti, something about Woodward, and something about Woodward, but it's not in the police report. But as I stated at Mile, they did they at but they edited my lawyer's version and gave y'all the prosecutor's version. Five, she will also say something about them all being around my truck, but it's not in the police report. She heard everything I supposedly said from the truck, but she didn't hear nothing I said to her brother who was standing right next to her, and she didn't hear nothing he said standing right next to her. But in the police report, she said something different. Again, I'm not here to shame them. I've been them before when I was young. I know how the game goes. The crazy thing about it, if one of them did me bodily harm, the police would have charged them as adults because they all were from 16 to 17. You don't charge minors, you charge teenagers and adults. Feel free to write me on jpay.com for any questions. Curtis Dickinson, 240 423. That's his inmate number. Now, this is the police statement. He wanted me to read what the girl said to the police, right? It say, tell me what happened on March 9th, 2005. Me and my homegirl were walking from the store on West 7 Mile in Myers, Detroit, and liquor store. As we were walking, a guy pulled up in a gold truck SUV. He said to me, you must be a movie star. I told him I was a minor and not to talk to me. He kept trying to talk to me. Again, I again asked him to stop talking to me. My homeboys were walking behind us and they walked up and told the guy to leave us alone. But this time they were in front of the church. We were in front of the church, Central Church. The guy drove up on the sidewalk and tried to hit us, is what the girl's saying, right? We ran towards the front doors of the church to get away from him. He drove away, did a U turn, and tried to hit us again. He again drove away, walked to the park, Garner Park, next door to a vacant Tadell Rec Center. We hadn't been there long, then a few minutes. When the guy drove up again, he had a go in his gold truck. This time he had a woman in the passenger seat. The woman told us, yeah, my boy is gonna shoot you. The guy got out and started reaching towards his pants, his waist, I mean. We never saw a gun. He told us that his girl was gonna deal with me and my homegirl. I mean, me and my girl, and he was gonna deal with my homeboys. I told everyone it's go, and I called the police from my cell phone. I called at 4:24 p.m. We ran out of the park. He got back into his truck and tried to drive into the park, but the boulders blocked him from the brothers blocked him from getting in getting in, right? We ran to the Family Dollar 10 130 W 7 Mile. When we got there, the police were already at Family Dollars and they had the guy who tried to hit us in handcuffs. The lady who was in the gold car with him was having some kind of attack. She was laying on the ground. The police came and talked to us, and they told they took the guy to jail. Do you have, do you, do you want to pursue charges against this guy that tried to hit you with his car? I need to speak to my mother and friends before I make a decision. That's what the girl said, right? Now, this is part of the transcript. We're going to go to page 8, right? So it said, okay, let me see what it say here. So it asked him, did she identify, and we don't going to do all that. She identified the bail, the court interpretation bail. Okay, I'll go back and lay a foundation. Okay. On that set, on that, on, so on that date, you said that you were almost hit by a vehicle. Could you tell us what happened? Yes, I can. I was walking with my brother and his friend. They stopped by the bus stop. It's page 9. And I kept walking. That's when a vehicle approached me and he was communicating with me. Who was he? The defendant. Okay. And what was he communicating with you? He stopped his car at the stop sign, and he rolled down his window and he asked if I was a supermodel. Now, this is what the brother said right here. Let's see what he said. If you so aggravated by me, explain why we got from that to Ypsilanti or talking to or taking to Woodward. Well, basically, I saying taking you to Woodward, right? Bam. So, bam, dig this right here. Okay. But I said, okay. And what do you respond? I said, yes. I said, no. Okay. What happened after that? He was just trying to talk to me, saying if I had a boyfriend and if I wanted to come up to his vehicle. Okay. And what did you do? I said, no, I'm a minor. You need to leave. Did he leave? No, he didn't. Okay. And what happened after you told him to leave? After I told him to leave, that's when my brother came. That's when my brother and his friends appeared and they came and they got in front of me and everything. Okay. And what happened after they got in front of you? After they got in front of me, he started talking big. Who is he? The defendant. I'm sorry. You said defendant, sorry. The defendant started talking and communicating with my brother and friends. Now that was page 9. We on page 10 now. Let's see what he say. We gonna see what he say. He say when they cleared my truck in the front, I I shot straight off into the middle of 7 Mile before turning around, charging at them. Okay, now we gonna go out and say, do you know? Did you hear what he was saying? No, I moved to the side. Okay. And what happened during the communication? During the altercation, he hit his gas and he interposing. Who's he? Sorry, the defendant hit his gas and went straight for us. Okay. Where were you? I was by the side, by the window. I was on the side by the window. By the driver's side window? Yes. Okay. And then where was your brother and his friend? They were in front of the vehicle. Okay. And you stated that the defendant hit his gas. Yes. Okay. What happened when he hit his gas? After he hit his gas, he went straight for one of my brother's friend and whipped around. Okay. How do you know he went straight for your brother's friend? He hit his gas and he went over the curve and straight for him. Did you see your brother? Did you see this? Yes, I did. And what did you see your brother? What did you see your brother friends do? Run. Okay. And then what happened after he ran? That was page 10. Now we going to page 16. This is what he always sent me. All right, bam, bam, bam. They talking about who it all was. To say, all right. So at some point in time, you said they stopped and you separated yourself from other people. Yes. Is that, do I understand that right? Where did they? Where did they stop? They stopped somewhere. They stopped walking somewhere. Where did they stop at? Where did they stop? I mean, they stopped at the bus stop. Oh, okay. Do you know, was that the plan to catch a bus? No, it wasn't. They were like, so, well, we were walking. My brother was like, they were just walking. And there's like a, and there's like, let's take a bus. And I was like, interposing. Okay, can I ask you your brother's name, huh? Can I ask your brother's name? She said her brother's name. We ain't saying that on the record, no. We ain't about keeping nobody blast, put nobody on blast. You feel me? So all right. So he was the only one related to you, yes. Everybody else, okay? So you walking and your brother tells the other people, let's take a bus, indicating, yes, you got to say for the record. Oh, yes. Can you just not, you can't just nod your head, all right? My apologies. But you, but you kept walking. But you kept walking. This is what this how they said it on here, bro. When they stopped at the bus stop, you just kept walking. Yes, I did. Why did you separate yourself? I separated myself because his house was like 2 minute walk, like a 2 minute walk. Whose house? My brother's friend. We were walking to my brother's friend house, and and it was just 2 minute walk. I didn't feel like the need to catch a bus. Oh, so you wanted to just keep walking? Interposing, yes. Continuing to go to your friend's house and not take a bus. Yes. So this sound like what's the name? What you say? Hey, bro, I gotta go, and I can understand the story, and I gotta, and I got okay. I hear you. Bam, my bad. Okay, right. Say all right. So when the gentleman first made contact with you, you're on the sidewalk, right? Yes, I am. Okay. And everyone else is in on is at the bus stop. Yes. Okay. And what does he do? What does he pull alongside of the street, or exactly where does he go if you on the sidewalk? Where does he go? He was driving and he pulled up at the stop sign. Stop sign. Yes. You did. Okay. And you were near the stop sign, the intersection, I take it? Yes. Okay. And you were saying that the first thing he said, are you a supermodel? That's the first thing he said. Yes. Okay. Did you ever have a conversation with him about you need a ride? Interposing? No. Continuing. To go to Ypsilanti or anything like that? No. You never had that? No. He asked me where was I headed, and I was just talking because I'm not going to tell him the truth. Right. But you never had. Did he ever say he wanted to give you a ride to a bus stop? You say, remember this part now. That's what bro's saying. Remember this part. Bam. No. Or ride to Woodward. And she say, oh, he did. He say, he say yes. Say, didn't I tell y'all about dropping her off on Woodward? Maybe that's his inner match. He said he did not tell y'all. Okay, bam. Okay, bam. Okay, and then say, okay, did he explain to you that he asked if he wanted to take you to a bus stop on 7 and Woodward? No, he did not. All right. Now at that time, what was that? You said there was another woman with him. Was that other woman with him at that point when he first approached you? No, she was not when he interposed. Okay, first appeared. Let's continue our conversation. Okay, now you never seen this gentleman before that day. No, I haven't. And this is today. This is daytime. Yes, it is. Okay. Have you? Did the police ever show you any pictures? No, not at all. No. So he pulls up. You're on the sidewalk. He's what? He's talking you. He's talking to you out of his driver's side window. Yes. Okay. So at some point he doesn't get out the vehicle. So at no point. So at that point he doesn't get out the vehicle. Then we go to page 21. Right. Bam. Say all right. So at some point he not doing anything threatening. No. Continue. At that point he's just having a conversation. Yes. Now this what he say, bro say, wasn't no threats all reason why, because no threats that's supposed to be at all. The reason why, because the conversation never got disrespectful. The brother and friends all all call themselves trying to scare you. Okay. That's what the brother's saying. And you say you are minor. Basically goodbye, to the words of that effect. So you never called for help to your people at that bus stop? No, I did not. They came to me. They came up. All of them. Yes, they did. Okay. Did you see anything? When they came up, who? Is anybody? Is anybody talking to the gentleman here when they come up? Yes. Who? Page 22. My brother and his friends. And I'm taking it not a very pleasant conversation. No. Do you know, did any of them have a gun? No, they did not. All right. Did any of them do gestures like they put their hands in their pocket? Interpose it. No, they did not. Like they had a gun, did they? Did any of your people threaten this gentleman? Did they say any threatening words? The court say hearsay. So dude, like thank you, all type of stuff. So we're gonna go back down to the question now. I take it. Mr. Harris. So you still sitting on the sidewalk by the stop sign, right? Yes. Okay. And when your friends, are they all together when they had a conversation with this gentleman? Yes. This page 23. Are you with them in that same group? Yes, I am. All right. And you saying is that the point when you saying he drove his truck. You're supposing yes, continue. Off the street, yes. And where exactly are you standing? Are you saying he drove? Excuse me? Where? Where exactly are you saying? You all standing on the sidewalk, right? We were standing, we were standing like around his car on both sides, ends of the car. Now this is what dude said. I told y'all they had surrounded my truck for the people who asked me what happened when I was locked up. Okay. But when he drove up, you were not in front of his vehicle, correct? No, I was on the side. Okay, so you were never threatened. So he drives up, you on to the side, you on the side. So you yourself at that point was never in danger, correct? Correct. A bit of being hurt. That's what the lawyer continuing. You saying one person was in front of the truck. My brother and his friend were around the car, but not in the posting, not like around the car, but like towards like at the front of the car. So this 33 right here. Do they go in Family Dollar store? I have no idea. I was not there at that point. Oh, so you how do you know if they were not? How do you know they parked at the Family Dollar? Because I was there after shortly. That's when the cops arrived. Okay. So when the police arrived, you were where are you? Still in the park. Yes, I'm running. I'm running that way towards the Family Dollar, towards where they parked, towards where his vehicle was parked. Yes. Why would you go that way? Because my brother was dumb enough to think that's okay. All right, but where? Where do you meet with the police? At the Family Dollars. Oh, it at it or in it? At like it opposed to like on the sidewalk, like in the parking lot. Okay, do you? Okay. Do you see this gentleman get arrested? Yes, I do. What about the woman? What happened with her? She was on the ground surrounded by cops. And okay. And at that point, you left the scene. You walked away at that point. Yes. I talked to the police officer, got my statement, and was sent home. Now the brother say this, right? He say, this that's because she might stay in Ypsilanti, but read the bottom of the police statement, telephone statement. So it must be two statements. Okay, so she said she went home. Bam. Okay. This statement you made, did you make it at the scene or did you make it at the police station? At the scene. I did not go to the police station. All right. So you talked and they wrote, yes. All right. And that's the only police contact you had, right? At the scene. Yes. You never went to the police station. No. Okay. You never saw the gentleman again until the day. That's correct. So yes, correct. I mean, okay. Did you ever have a conversation? I'm sorry, miss. Did you ever have a conversation about Ypsilanti, the city? Yes, I told him I was on my way to Ypsilanti. Ypsilanti? Okay. He was offering to drive. Was he offering to drive you to a bus stop to take you? No, he wasn't. Nah, damn, bam. Like this is what the brother say. Remember, she said no conversation about Ypsilanti. So this is the thing right here. Bam. Let me get to the bottom of this story right here. So the brother saying that he seen the young lady standing on the corner. He pulled up on her. You know, that's where the discrepancies going. And the lady saying she tried to holler at him. He's saying, he seen her on the corner by herself, what I'm saying, trying to approach her. And she said she was trying to get to Ypsilanti. He was trying to get her a ride. In the statement, the little lady did hit about, she told him about Ypsilanti, which that's what the brother was saying. Like, if I didn't have a conversation about her, how I know where she stay at and all that type of stuff, right? And he said, what he said, been saying from day one, is that they surrounded this truck, the younger guys that was there. Now, when you out in the streets, you don't know whether a person a teenager or not. Shit, you got young persons that look younger, older person that look younger than what they is. You feel me? A younger person that look older. So you know that the height is the same. So when they approaching this vehicle and they surrounding this vehicle, I mean, he was had every right, you know what I'm saying, in my eyes, to feel threatened when you see a group of individuals threatened walking into your vehicle, claiming, "Hey, you talking to my sister? Hey, you talking to my sister?" This thing can get out of hand in real life. So the brother trying to make a point, man, as I'm saying, I want to give him his opportunity to be heard. And because if you was incarcerated, you would want somebody to do the same thing for you. So I'm just saying, man, like the brother just wanted to present his facts. He wanted y'all to hear him out. He wanted y'all to reach out to him. You know what I'm saying? Again, his name is Curtis Dickerson. You know what I'm saying? Holla at the brother, man. See what's popping, man. I mean, or if you feel like it, if you want to investigate more into it, man, go and get them that Freedom of Information Act, man. Go get them words and y'all post it online or whatever. Or talk y'all shit. Let them know what y'all talking about. Let them know how y'all feel about this. But I'm just saying, man, situations happen when them brothers do be needing vocals out here, man. And I just wanted to present that to y'all people. This is a Racial Rally Network. This your boy, and we're gonna be doing this again. Maybe we're gonna get it a little live if we need a little interaction. So, but we in the building for sure, man. I just want to do that for the people, man. You know, I'm out here. One love, me like one nation, one struggle. I'll be back to hit y'all with some jewels and report on other stuff that's going on in the hood. And we up, man. One love, me like one nation, one struggle. I'm out.